Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some tactical analysis over on the Bitcoin charts as the bears push Bitcoin's price down. So, with that being said, let's get right into the weeds. And we will start over here on the Bitcoin USDT 4-hour chart on the Binance exchange. And last week we were looking to see if Bitcoin could actually hold this trend line and continue to push this trend up. But more importantly, we were looking to see if Bitcoin could actually get the price above the 50% Fibonacci level, which was coming in right around 22,000. And as you can see, Bitcoin's price did reject multiple times at that level. And on this last rejection, it actually broke down below the trend line and the 618 Fibonacci level, and that led into a deeper sell-off, with Bitcoin's price eventually finding some support, albeit momentarily, around the 786 Fibonacci level, which was right around 20,200, only to eventually break down and continue to sell off and set lower lows. We get a lower low at 19.8, and then finally the Bitcoin bulls wake up and step up at around 19.5, which would be a valid level of support that we will see, I believe, over on the daily or weekly chart. Now, Bitcoin's price is getting a bit of a bounce, but if we jump over here to the CME daily chart for Bitcoin, this bounce could just be a gap fill before a continuation of the sell-off. And if this ends up just being a temporary bounce, certainly we need to see support at around 19.5. A break down below 19.5 has us headed back down to around 18.9 or 19,000. A breach of this 18.9 level more than likely has us headed back down towards the 1272 Fibonacci level, which is coming in at around 17,250. And if we look back and check our 6th, the low of this current bear market, it was set at around 17.6, and so this 1272 level isn't too far off from that low. Obviously, any kind of breakdown below these levels and Bitcoin could be headed down even further. And so we'll jump over here to the one-day chart on Bitcoin. And last week we saw Bitcoin set a lower low after setting numerous higher lows. This was clearly a bearish signal. And so this 786 Fibonacci level, when we draw from the low of 17,622 up here to the high, which was around 32,000, that made this 786 level come in right around 20,000, call it 800. And again, Bitcoin had found support kind of in that zone. But now that Bitcoin's price has broken down below that level, this level more than likely will now turn into resistance, as prior support often turns into future resistance. So even if Bitcoin's price is able to bounce back up, it may find a strong level of resistance at this 20,000, call it 800 level. Clearly, it also has a lot of resistance built up now along the wicks of these candles right around 22,000. And so if the bulls have any hope of keeping this price up rather than letting the bears drive it down, they need to get above these two key levels. It would not be surprising to see a bit of a bounce, but in theory, it will more than likely reject somewhere around 21,000 to 22,000. That's probably a kill zone for the bears to continue to drive this price down. And if the bears are successful in driving this price down, then the next level of support is going to be probably around 18.5 to this 17.6 level, where Bitcoin's price sold off to its current low of this bear market. After 17.6, the next level I see is the 1272 level, and that's coming in at 13.5. So if we jump over here to the weekly chart, look back, check our 6, we can see right around 12,005, so about $1,000 less than that 13.5, is where Bitcoin's price took off at the start of this bull run. Now, with that being said, if that zone of 13.5 to 12.5 fails to hold, then we're looking probably back down on the weekly chart at the 1272 level. That's going to put Bitcoin's price around the 9,300 level. And again, if you look back, check your 6, that would be where Bitcoin found support back over in this area before, again, taking off on its bull run. But in reality, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Right now, Bitcoin's price is trying to hold support at essentially 19.5. If the bulls fail to step up, then the bears can push this price back down into this zone here that we have marked off, and that's going to be between 19.5 and essentially 16,000. And the reason we have that zone dropped in is due to these levels back here where we see prior resistance and support. So at the end of the day, Bitcoin's price remains bearish. We may occasionally see a bounce in the price, but each bounce just appears to be a lower high before the next step down. So I think that's enough jaw jacking for this video. If anything major happens over here on the charts, I will do an updated video. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss updated videos. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.